What's up, everyone? I'm Elsa. My pronouns are she and her, and today we have a body weight series. This class is going to be about 20 minutes or so, and all you are going to need is an elevated surface of some kind. So like this ottoman, a couch, a chair, a coffee table, something along those lines, and something to lay down on. I have a mat. You could also use a towel or a blanket. The mat is more of an optional thing. I just typically recommend it. Feels a little bit better than laying just straight on the floor, generally speaking, but you are also welcome to just lay straight on the floor. Yeah, so whatever feels good for you. And we are going to get started. These have some different variations in them. It is a progression off of another strengthening series. So the exercises are very similar. These are just a little bit more challenging, or I find them to be a little bit more challenging. So we are gonna go for that. We are going to get started by doing some lunges. It is going to be a forward lunge, but we are going to alternate our legs every time. So it's a step forward, step back, step forward, step back, just like that. We're doing 10 of these per side, so 20 total. With this, you want to make sure that you have two 90-degree angles on your legs, give or take. It's totally fine if you cannot reach that depth at this point in time. Just do whatever you can do, right? Whatever feels good for you. Right, and then knee, we want to keep behind our front toe. We don't want it to go over, okay? So we are doing 10 of these per side. And it's not about speed, take them at your own pace. Keeping that chest up nice and tall. And then catching your breath. You're welcome to grab a sip of water, anything like that. From there, we are going to go into a tricep dip. So we're going to use our elevated surface. I'm gonna move the mat out of the way. Cool. So for this tricep dip, we are gonna go for it with straight legs. If you can't do 10 repetitions with straight legs, totally cool. Stop on whichever rep feels challenging, but like you can't do another one. Totally fine. Or instead of stopping, you can try it with bent legs instead of straight legs, right? That makes it a teensy bit less challenging. So for this, we are seated right on the edge of our bench to start. Hands are right tucked to our hips, feet, our legs are straight, toes are pointing up, coming right off to the edge of the bench, dipping down, coming up. Dipping down, coming up. Breathing, Trying to stay as close to the bench as you can. And again, you can take a pause, right? Come back to the bench and then keep going with them. Totally fine. Taking a few seconds to catch your breath, whatever you have to do. Once we have done 10 of those, we are going to move to the ground. You can lay on the mat or towel or blanket or whatever you have readily available, or the floor. And once we are here, we are going to use the block as well for this. So lining the mat up with the block might be a good idea. For this, we're gonna put our heels, feet on the surface. We're gonna keep our legs bent. Feet are gonna be about width apart. All we're gonna do is lift our hips like it's a glute bridge, but our feet are elevated, and lower it back down, keeping that 90-degree bend in the legs. We're lifting, lowering, lifting, lowering, lifting, lowering. We're doing 12 of these. Squeezing those glutes, keeping them nice, keeping this nice and in control. And breathing. Once we've done 12 of those, we are staying on the mat and we're doing our next exercise, which is a variation of a march, right? Scooch my mat over now. Perfect. So for this, we are going to start with our legs up in a tabletop position. One leg at a time, you are dropping down to the mat, nice and slow and in control, straightening out your leg on the way down, coming back up. Lowering, straightening out that leg, tapping the floor, coming back up. Just like that. We are going to be doing 10 of these per side. So 20 if you're counting all together, right? Again, you can put your legs down, stop, take a pause in between, during this, totally fine. Whatever feels good. Sometimes pressing into the ground with your hands can help. It's not about speed here. Taking a pause whenever you need to. If it feels like you can't do all 10 like that, totally cool. You can pause, stop wherever it feels like you can't do one more, or you can move to a bent leg variation. Same thing, just with your legs bent at a 90-degree angle the entire time. And breathing. Once we've done those guys, we are going to move to a plank hold. We are going to do this one for 40 seconds. And we're doing this from the ground, for 40 seconds. taking a moment to catch your breath if you need to, and then flipping it on over. I'm just gonna move my mat up. Perfect. Starting from our forearms, palms, pressing into the mat. Elbows are under our shoulders, and kicking off into that plank. Great. In 3, in 2, in 1. Ha. Breathing. Ha. Pulling that belly button up towards the sky, keeping our back nice and flat. Breathing. If you need to drop, that is totally fine. You can always widen your feet. Holding for 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Ha. Bringing it down a little easier than I did. Ha. Okay, and that is round 1. You are welcome to take a pause, grab a sip of water, shake it out, walk around, do what you gotta do. And then we're gonna go again for round 2, starting with our lunges. If one round was all that you had time for or felt that was enough for you today, that's cool. Stop where you are at if that feels like it was your max. Totally fine. And sometimes we only have time to do something for 10 minutes during our day. Sometimes it's really hard to take 20 minutes for yourself and do something that you enjoy, moving your body. It can feel like a lot and an extra thing to do in a day. So I hope having a guided video helps to ease that a little bit. I know it sometimes helps for me. Okay, and we are gonna start with the lunges. We are doing 10 of these per side, so 20 total. We're doing alternating ones. Okay, going at your own pace. And you can totally use a wall for support. Yeah, totally use a wall for like support, balance, all that good stuff. Gets the heart rate up a teensy bit, huh? From there, we are going to move to our tricep dips with straight legs. Coming onto the edge of our elevated surface. Palms, hands tucked to those hips. Feet or legs are straight. Coming right off 10 of these guys, or however many you can do. Try not to slide. Okay, 10 of those. Once we're done with that, coming back to the ground, we're doing our elevated glute bridge situation. All right, lining our mat up with our elevated surface. Heels, feet are up on the bench. Feet are about hip width apart. And we are just lifting our hips, squeezing our glutes, and lowering. 12 of these. And breathing. Once we've done that, we are going to move to our march variation. Laying on our backs, right? Hands can come on out to the sides. Feet in that tabletop position, dropping one leg at a time, slowly down to the mat, straightening out, bringing it back up to the top. 10 of these per side. Pausing whenever you need to. These ones are tough. Pressing that back flat into your mat. Okay. Taking a few deep breaths, catch that breath as best as you can. We only have one more exercise and then we're done. We are doing that 40-second plank hold. And that's it. Okay. Flipping it on over. Taking a second to catch your breath if you need it. I know I do. And we are on our forearms, palms flat into the mat. Kicking it back in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Just breathing. For 3, for 2, for 1, drop it down. Breathing, letting it go. That is it for us today. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for showing up for yourself. Thank you for moving your body in a joyful way. Yeah, I know that alone can be a really hard thing to do, and to find something that brings you joy, to find a movement that you like, and to actually take the time to do it. So thank you for doing that, and I will see you again soon, I hope. and have a great rest of your day, rest of your week, rest of your month, rest of your year. Thank you. See ya.